Alright, everybody, welcome back. It is now January 6th at 7 o'clock in the evening, so I'm a little bit late to this update. It's been a long day at work at my regular job, but we're going to be continuing to talk about the next weather system, and we're going to touch a little bit on the current weather system as well. So here's the current loop operator for the past 24 hours or so. How long ago was this? Yep, 24 hours. So we got a little bit leftover storm going on here, and I'm gonna pull out the pen here real quick. So we got all this winter weather here. They're getting like 5 to 10 inches of snow, and there's some pretty major freezing rain here along the border states of Missouri, Kentucky, Virginia, and then we got a little bit of freezing rain in the mountains here in the foothills, and there were also some snow as well, and there was some sleeting yesterday as well, even here in Raleigh area. So people were reporting sleet between Boone, Greensboro, and Raleigh in that area. So you're not going crazy. You're seeing something like that yesterday. So we're gonna move on, and we still got some lingering winter weather advisory for North Carolina, with winter storm warning for West Virginia and Virginia. So the storm is still going through at the moment. But here's like the observation snowfall for the past 48 hours, and there was some pretty big snow totals for Kansas and Missouri here, as well as some big snow totals for, pretty much the belt between Kansas City and DC. And keep in mind, the snow is still falling for West Virginia and DC and Baltimore. So they're probably going to get about 5 to 10 inches of snow by the time this is done. And then there was some snow lingering in a couple counties in North Carolina, so I definitely underestimated how far south the snow was going to fall into North Carolina. So you live in those areas, sorry about that. And then we're going to go over the snowfall reports for North Carolina. And you can see there were like 3 inches of snow for Jefferson and West Jefferson in that area. And then there was some snow up in the northern foothills of North Carolina as well. So like 3 inches along the northern area of Highway 421. And then there's even some reports of snowfall in Greensboro area. So that was a little bit surprising to me, but that's weather for you. And then we're going to go over the key messages here for the southern U.S. winter storm that's coming up over the next several days. So Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas are going to get a pretty nice snowstorm. You're like in Dallas, Texas, definitely keep an eye out for this one. We're probably seeing between 4 to 12 inches of snow along the border area, Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas. Probably a lot of sleet as well. So there's some missing sleet and freezing rain as well along the southern state. And then, as they said on National Weather Service, there's still a lot of conductivity farther east, especially in North Carolina, South Carolina, and the mid South, which is Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Tennessee. So the people are still unsure about what the weather's going to be like for later in the week, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So what I'm saying, Texas is looking for a pretty nice snowstorm over the next several days. Probably as much as a foot of snow for winters, but probably widespread 4 to 6 inches of snow in northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. So it's going to be a nice event for them. And that's going to be important for us to keep an eye on, because all this stuff is going to go east down the road. So we got the Euro computer run from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is ship 1 idea, ship 1 computer model. And I'm going to show you different cases, different idea of what these computer models are having right now, and why it's still too soon for us to be sure about winter weather. It's going to be full snow, some freezing rain and sleet or we're gonna get rain, because it's all about the track. The track of the storm's a bit factor that we're still kind of varying now. But right now, we're feeling more confidence. There's gonna be some kind of winter weather here in North Carolina, and a little bit upstate South Carolina, and maybe even northern Georgia. So there's definitely increasing confidence for the winter weather that's coming for January 11th. That's for sure. So the main track, the low system here, it's going to be entering about here, but then it's going to take a couple different tracks. So the loop computer model that you're seeing right now is the European computer model, and it looking like the track is going to go up right about here, which is what we call the coastal path. So that's usually when the low pressure is taking this kind of track, you're going to get a little bit more snow inland. And, like, these guys are going to score a pretty decent amount of snow in this case. And then you got, like, freezing rain and missing problems along the borders, along the boundary here. Right about here through central Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. And then you got, a lot of rain along the coastline. Right here. So that's one model. That's one run. So that's one track. And the main thing is there's like not a complete agreement of a track right now. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But you're like following the European computer model. You'll see the confidence been increasing with each run at the same period of time for early Sunday morning. So there's definitely like increasing amount of moisture, increasing amount of snowfall, and increasing amount of cold temperature. Well, rather in that case, decreasing cold temperatures. So it's definitely getting a little bit colder and colder each run, and that's not even mentioning the buys that, the cold air damming area usually get, which is about right here, the CAD, which stands for cooling air damming. And the buys is that whenever you get the high temperature up north and you got the snow, you still got some littering snowpack. It's gonna send all the cold air down south, and it's gonna get trapped in this low layer of cold air. So that's probably gonna be very difficult to get rid of, and it's probably gonna force the low pressure to go a little bit farther east here to get around there. And I personally favor this solution myself. But again, we cannot totally dismiss the other idea. But for now, it's looking like it's slightly improving for the computer model runs. You're a big fan of snow, but it's not like completely final yet. But if I'm like east of Interstate 85, which is Atlanta, Greenville, Charlotte, and then up to Raleigh, if I'm like in this area, I'll be feeling good about some snow at the minimum. But the question is it gonna stay all snow, all storm long? That's the money question right there. And of course, you got to be concerned about where the freezing rain and sleet area is gonna fall here. In that little thin boundary area between the snow and the rain. So it's gonna be, it depends on the track, if this is gonna shift north or south. So you got more inland track, all of it is gonna get pushed inland, and everybody get more rain. If this guy get pushed out a little bit out to the ocean, it'll be a little bit more snow for everybody. Which is what the GFS is showing, is the more inland cutting path that I'm sure most of you are not wanting, unless you don't like snow. So, try and get my pen out again. Alright, this is probably a good color for this. So we got the low pressure in that same area. But what this computer model is suggesting is it's going to take this more inland path, like this, for the low pressure. And that's pushing everything more inland. It'll be pushing all the snow a little bit more inland And now we get like this, the mountains area getting all snow. And then that area right in the middle here along the 85 getting more of a missing mess. So as you can see, that's another computer model solution. And as you can see, it's very complicated right now. Or who's gonna get all snow, who's gonna get the missing rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain, and who's gonna stay all rain. So it's definitely very complicated right now. If anyone's telling you with confidence that you're gonna get all snow, they're probably wrong right now. It's still pretty early to be sure about that right now. So this is another computer model solution that this is offering here, comparing to European. So, oh gee, I'm making a mess of this. All right, so this is the European solution here, and then compare this with American GFS. So as you can see, it's pushing the snow a little bit more inland and a little bit less of a moisture. And keep in mind, this is not a complete ground truth here, because some of it is going to be counted as sleet or freezing rain. And I don't know why some of these computer models are like that, but it's counting all sleet and freezing rain as snow here. So in this case, no one's probably going to get any snow. Well, actually, maybe some front-end snow to start the storm, and then quickly turn over to sleet, and then finish off with the rain. So it's going to be pretty ugly missing mess in this case, if the GFS is correct. So we got like two different paths here at the moment. So the GFS, even the computer models had like a set of 30 different runs here in assemblies. So I'm suggesting all the different things. You got like some of the computer model being more snow happy, like these guys. And then you got some computer model run, they're like, oh, it's not gonna snow. It's all rain. All rain. And then you got some computer model run, they're kind of miss it with the freezing rain and sleet. So yeah, it's complicated right now, and no one's know for sure what's gonna happen. So this is like a set of different runs that the American model ran, and right now the beam solution of all computer model runs are kind of like along the coastline, and you compare that with the European, which is a little bit further out to the coast. So you see on the European model runs, the beam of it is more coastal track here, and then you compare this to the American computer model run here, which is, oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm still kind of new to making videos, so give me some grace. So you can see the difference here, and that's why there's some uncertainties still. And then in this case, if the GFS is correct, this is going to be more of an inland snow event. But if the European is correct, more people is going to get snow. So you can see the difference here. And that's why the track is going to be super important. And eventually, over in the next couple of days, the computer model runs are going to come to more of a agreement. And personally, I favor the European solution because the cold air dome is going to build up here, and it's going to force a little bit more of a coastal path. But again, we'll see. And then it'll come back. It's all about assembly models right now. So you got the GFS assembly runs right now, and the possibility of 24-hour snowfall being greater than 1 inches. And you can see the difference here between the GFS and European here. So the European model is favoring a higher chance of snow for North Carolina and South Carolina compared to the American GFS. And I'm gonna bring out my marker again, but so this is more like 67% chance that this area right here is gonna get at least 1 inch of snow on European Assembly, and then compare that to the GFS, and the 67% chance is kind of limited to the mountains here. So that's like the big difference here in the track. And that's why no one is sure it's gonna fully snow or it's gonna fully rain for your location right now. It's too early to be sure about anything right now. All we know at the minimum is we're gonna have the weather system coming this Saturday. That's for sure. At minimum, we're gonna get the weather system coming on Friday into Saturday morning, maybe a little bit spillover into Sunday at the minimum. But no one is sure what the track is gonna be and how far inland the snow's gonna be or how far inland the rain's gonna make it. So if anyone said, oh, I know for sure, they're lying. No one's sure about this. And we're gonna go over to the National Weather Service here, which I hope, can give us a little bit more of an insight. And this is probably not gonna end well, I guess. Sorry, it's kind of awkward here, but we got the National Weather Service. They're kind of had like their first forecast out, and it seemed like they're also thinking the same thing I am, kind of favoring more coastal storm track solution right now. So we got the weather coming for Friday night into Saturday, and right now they're not sure, but they're thinking about freezing rain for the 85 area here, North Carolina, South Carolina, into Georgia, and the mountains are probably gonna get quite a bit of snow here, and at the beginning of a storm here, and then people along the 95 here are probably gonna get rain at this stage. And then we're gonna move into like Saturday here, and then it's kind of like pushing all the rain inland here at this stage. So most likely for this event, it's gonna be a misted band of snow, sleet, freezing rain, everything you can think of. But by Saturday, the warm temperatures gonna be pushing in through what we call the warm air affection, WAA. So you got all the warm air pushing in, and it's gonna force the rain snow line more inland, and everybody get more rain. So that's kind of what they're thinking right now from National Weather Service. But again, this is still kind of early. So again, if anyone's telling you they're sure about the weather this weekend, they're probably lying. Try and get your attention. I don't know. No one's sure right now. And I don't feel any confidence on making any snow map right now. We're still like 5 or 6 days out right now, so it's still pretty early for that. So hopefully that helps y'all get into my head what I'm thinking right now for the next several days, what I'm thinking for this weekend, and hopefully that'll give you guys more insights on everything that's happening. And as always, thank you for following me, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and thank you for following me on social media. Thank you very much. It's been a lot of great support over the past 24 hours, and I very much appreciate it. I'll catch you all later, and hopefully get another video out tomorrow.